Hello everyone, what's up? I hope you all are hale and hearty. And as you know, I have not been making videos since a good period of time because of some issues. But finally, here I am making my another video only and only cater to your needs as I promised you many times. So in this video, we're gonna talk about another important topic of 11th class. So let me tell you, this is not for 12th class, this is for 11th class. But yes, as you know, those who wants to aspire for different competitive exam, this is very important topic for them. So I guess it includes everyone. Yeah, so in this topic we're going to talk about fundamental rights. Fundamental rights, I have already made a one video on it where I explained all the six fundamental rights which are enshrined in the Indian Constitution. So today we're going to talk about, out of those fundamental rights, we're going to talk about few of them. So first and foremost, we're going to talk about right to equality. So what are right to equality? There are different articles mentioned for it, and if you have watched my earlier video, I've explained you that fundamental rights are given from article 14 to 38, right? Although it's given from article 12 to 35, but basically all those fundamental rights are mentioned from 14 to 32. So in this, we're going to talk about right to equality, which are mentioned from Article 14 to 18. Article 14 to 18, very important thing that you need to keep in your mind. So let's deal with this. Equality before law, Article 14, extremely important article for everybody, because as you know, in our country there are different kind of people who have a different background, like someone may be rich, someone may be poor, someone may be from different caste, different color, different race, different gender, a living. So our constitution makes sure that no one is discriminated on the basis of these things. So which are the things that you need to keep in your mind, and these words will come again and again, like no one will be discriminated on the basis of gender, right? No one will be discriminated on the basis of caste, religion. So these things that you need, etc., etc. So these things you should keep in your mind. These are keywords. Okay, student, keywords are very important. These words can be asked in different competitive examination and in academic classes as well. So equality before law. Suppose if someone who is from the majority of our nation, majority in our society, and if that person commits a crime, or someone who is in minority and even that person also commits the same crime, so they both will get equal punishment for it as per the law. The court and the judiciary will not discriminate upon them. And I'm sure you must have watched various Bollywood movies in which there is a lady with a blindfolded things and having a balance in the hand. So that is a symbol of equality before law. That law, Andha Kanun, that there is a movie as well. So law does not discriminate you. Whosoever is standing in the witness box and whosoever is accused of some crime, the law will not determine or will check that person's background, whether he's black or a different color or anything else. So that is the thing that you need to keep in mind when you talk about equality before law. So I hope you understood it. Equality before law. So whether you are whether you are an Ambani or a small person or a person who's living on a footpath, the law will treat you equally. This is what equality before law talked about. So now move on to the next one. Prohibition of discrimination. Prohibition of discrimination on certain grounds, on some grounds, on those grounds will remain the same again: gender, caste, religion. These are the things on which there will be no discrimination with you, right? You need to keep this thing in your mind. These are important. That's why I said these are keywords which are going to come again and again in these 4-5 articles. So kindly consider them. And yes, but remember one thing, student, that all these fundamental rights, and I think explained in my previous video as well, are not an absolute right in itself. What did I mean by that? I meant by that these rights have certain limitations, right? These are not unbridled in their manner, which has been given to everybody. They have certain reasonable restrictions, like equality before law is there, rule of law in there in our country. But if someone who is holding a big post or a higher post in our country, suppose someone is prime minister, president, they have got some privileges. So these privileges are certain exceptions which you and I, you and me do not get it. But you cannot cry and you cannot crib ki why they have got it, because they are holding these posts. So that's why I said these articles are not an absolute one, and fundamental rights are not an absolute rights which have been given to us. So kindly consider these thing in your mind. Okay, so same goes with the prohibition on discrimination as well. There might be certain grounds where someone who is from the backward community, someone who is in some kind of need, someone who is a children, that a person who is in need, who is belong to a deprived community in certain ways, that person and that community may be given some kind of benefit. So you cannot say that is a discrimination, and reservation is one of the example of it. So kindly keep this thing in your mind. Moving on, equality of opportunities. Same again, everyone will be given equal opportunity in government jobs and in different other institutions. Obviously it must be related to the government, right? Private organization can have their own law, can have their own rules, but here we are talking about the government. So you can give any number of examination, the government will give you equal opportunity. But again, the reservation will come into the picture. As you know, in our country right now, 49.5% reservations are given to SC, OBC and SC, OBC and ST, these three category of people. And recently under 103rd amendment, recently just last year I guess, under 103rd amendment, 10% reservation has been given to EWS from a general category. Like if you belong to general category, if you're neither ST, SC or OBC, but if you're from general category but belong to EWS, economically weaker section, then 10% reservation is going to be given to you. So kindly keep this thing in your mind. So total reservation is now 59.5. So this is it, and 49.5 was earlier, 10% has been added now. So this is part of it, and that's why again what it proves, that article, even this article is not an absolute article. It has certain restrictions and reasonable restrictions, and these reservations are given under Article 16(4). 4 is a sub-clause of Article 16. So kindly consider this thing. Abolition of untouchability. Students, as you know, in our country, untouchability has been the biggest curse since the time immemorial, right? So when our constitution makers sat down to make different articles about our fundamental rights, they decided that this untouchability should not be permitted and should not be allowed in a civilized society like ours, right? So they somehow prohibited it, and now if you will practice untouchability in our country, it means you are committing a crime and you are violating the fundamental right of the person whom you are subjecting to any kind of untouchability. Are you getting my point? Yes. So untouchability is prohibited, and I guess there is a law, particular law for it, and if anybody proves that, then you may be penalized for this. So I hope you will never do it. Now some of you may think, sir, you are saying untouchability is prohibited, but still in our rural area and hinterland we do face this untouchability problem. Yes, it does exist still in our country, but as far as constitution is concerned, it is completely prohibited. You are not supposed to indulge in any kind of untouchability. But I know in certain rural areas in our country, even in cities, it exists, but it is not permitted under any law of Indian constitution. So kindly understand this. Moving on to the last but certainly not the least, the abolition of titles. Now you must be wondering which title I am talking about. Students, in our country, as you know, before we got independence, Britishers used to rule us, and even before them, the king used to rule our country, and the different kingdoms were there. So what Britishers used to do, and what king used to do, they used to give different titles to different people. These titles were like Rai Bahadur, Raj Bahadur. Why these titles were given? Because they wanted to win the loyalty of these people, so that these people will always have some kind of allegiance. And because these titles were given, along with these titles, there were some privileges were also, and perks and perquisite were also attached with these people. And that's what happened, that creates some kind of a gulf between those people who didn't have these privileges, and among these people who had a loyalty towards king and towards rulers, but they were, in return, they were getting these privileges. And that was a breach of equality. Obviously it was a breach of equality. So what happened when India got independence? Our constitution makers thought, we cannot allow these practice to go on like this, right? We cannot allow these practice to go on like this. So they abolished means they did not allow this thing to happen. Now no longer in our country you can get such kind of titles, because these titles are something which you are not getting because of your hard work. You are getting because of loyalty towards the ruler. So that is not allowed now. You cannot get. Now again you must be wondering, sir, you're talking about there's no title in our country, but again in our country there are titles in army, like the people in army called general, major and all. There, I know someone who is an MBBS, PhD, they are called doctor. So how come then, obviously then Article 18 is being violated here? The answer is no, student. This again, as I said earlier, the fundamental rights are not absolute. So reasonable restrictions, and there are some exceptional cases. Remember, these titles are not because of the loyalty towards the government. These titles are earned due to lots of hard work, cracking different examinations, and that's why they are perfectly fine and they are permissible in the constitution. And same in the same case, like you must have heard, there are people who get the award of Bharat Ratna, civilian highest award, and different other awards. And when they roam in the country, sometimes we call them, he's a Bharat Ratna, he has that title and etc. But again, remember that thing, that every Tom, Dick and Harry in this country does not get such kind of titles, does not get such kind of award, and they have to reach to certain level to get it. So again, that does not breach the Article 18, because they are being earned, they are not being bestowed upon them because they indulge in some kind of psychophancy, or they indulge in some kind of loyalty or allegiance towards the government. So I hope you understood these articles, students. I will come out with another video where I'll make you understand another fundamental right. But for today, I think it's enough. So we'll meet in the next video. Till then, take care of yourself. Have a good time. Thank you.